Peace, 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 and more peace. It is I, your humble, your brother, the great son, Priest King, chilling back with you again. Oh yeah. How y'all feel out there? Hope y'all feeling good, feeling godly, feeling connected, feeling in tune, feeling divine, feeling like one. You know, feeling like you're one, right? Good way to segue into today's conversation where we're talking about winning. Winning with spirituality. Is that a thing? Well, let's talk about spirituality. What is spirituality, right? So we all know, everybody over here, we all understand what spirituality is. Spirituality is breathing, but not just any breathing. Of course, it's focused breathing, right? We focus breathing. So the best thing about spirituality is that spirituality takes you and makes you the center of the universe. Yeah. When you focus on your breathing, now you're focused on your well being. It's a start. It's the simplest start that you can think of to perfection, right? So you have to ask yourself, now that you know spirituality, or you have to ask yourself, are you worthy of being the center of the universe? Right? Are you worthy of winning with you in control? Because, see, again, once you start to focus your breathing, you can master focusing your attention. See, some people might already, you might already got A's in school and you know how to study, right? Smarty yards. I get it. So you know how to focus. You know how to, you know, study when there's noise going on and a party up the street and maybe your roommate having sex, right? You don't know. You still gonna get them grades, right? That's focused attention. I get it. But take that same focused attention, focus on yourself. Focus on yourself as the center of the world, right? Let's get into it one time. Let's just demonstrate the art before we get too deep, knee deep in this thing. So, how do we breathe? How do we practice our breathing? Well, we start off simple. We put our both feet on the ground, hands flat like this. Take your hands and put them flat up because you want to receive from the universe. We want the universe to give to us. So we just want to open up the vibrations and we're going to call in some abundance, right? So the way I like to do it is I just like to breathe in through my nose. It's a scientific explanation, and we did that later. We did that before. We get into it later, but let's just breathe in through your nose, right? And breathe out through your mouth. Very simple. Very simple. But there's also so many healing properties in that one action right there. So many healing properties in focused attention, right? So once you get to putting yourself in the beginning, in the center, in the end, right? Is where everything starts and revolves around you. You can start to say, hey, am I worthy of winning? Am I ready for my win, for my victory, right? Am I ready to receive what I am and who I am and what I what I see for myself? Because again, inside of these breathing states, inside of these focused attention states, what we're doing is we're calling and we're attracting, we're pulling to ourselves the things that we imagine, the things that we see in life. You see? And I mean, again, like the best thing about having those thoughts and being able to go into states where you can imagine and be a part of your future is that you get to accept these gifts. You get to accept these blessings, this abundance before it actually comes. You know? Like the hardest thing in the world is lump sum money. Like, damn, what do I do with all this money? You know what I mean? Just fell in your lap. But hey, when you meditate and when you living a life where you're centered around your best, around the best happening for you, you get to see those things in the future. So when they come, it's kind of expected, it's kind of welcomed and appreciated. Like, man, you made your way, you found me here. I've been waiting for you. So it's an expected and appreciated thing. It's kind of hard just to wow, be overwhelmed when you knew that you were getting this, when you knew that you were drawing this to yourself and you were attracting this to yourself, right? That's the beauty of meditation. That's the beauty of spirituality, right? So, spirituality is the key to winning. The key to winning is focusing on you and focusing on how to be the best you can be. So there's no other way out here to win. You can't focus on a possibility. No, we can focus on what exists, what lies within us, what is a part of us, what we encompass, right? What we embody, right? Do you feel that? I mean, yes, those are the things we get to focus on with our spirituality. We are the embodiment of everything, we are the embodiment of success. So when it comes to us, it's a part of our wholeness. When we talk about oneness, we talk about wholeness and fulfillment and being satisfied, you know, like being satisfied. So a lot of times we can be satisfied because we don't get what we expect, but we didn't really know what to expect because we didn't focus on it. We didn't draw it to us, you know. But when we focus our attention, when we focus on winning, when we focus on success, when we focus on abundance, right? Those things come to us. And when they come to us, it doesn't move us. It doesn't make us any more normal than when we knew it was coming when we first saw it in our minds. See? Spirituality is the only way to win. It's the ultimate way to win. It's the key to win. It's the it's it's the it's the knowing factor, you know? Again, I tell us we gotta practice. We gotta practice. Why do you want to practice? Because you want to know that, hey, man, I hit this shot from this angle. This is kind of easy to me. This is normal to me. I shoot this on a regular. You know, a hand in your face won't even matter because you do it so much. That's spirituality. That's knowing. That's being able to walk through the door before you even seen the building. Like I tell you about job interviews, things of that sort. You know what I mean? Like if you really want to get a job and things like that, I mean, if you got the interview and all that things set up, look at the person who's going to interview you. Go to their web page, look at their face, and have a conversation with them in your mind. Because again, this is real. Like, again, we are connected to all things. We are connected to life and abundance, right? So when you start to have these conversations in your mind, when you first meet them and first interact with them, it'll be familiar to you and it'll feel familiar to them. You know, like, this is winning. Winning is oneness. Winning is wholeness. Winning is success in what you desire. When you're centered on yourself, when we're centered on ourselves, when we're focused on our knowing, we're focused on our. See, again, are you ready to put yourself in the center? Are you ready to make this thing revolve around you? That's the first step. Because once you gain that part, then you can accept that good things will happen to you. Good things are supposed to happen to you. You know, you don't mind when the thing that's supposed to happen happens. You start appreciating the happiness more, right? And that's what true spirituality is. True spirituality is winning with oneness. It's the direct understanding that I am, and it doesn't work if I am if I ain't. You understand that part? Because if you stop breathing right now, you ain't. If you give up on yourself, you have no one, right? No one to make your heart start again. No one to make your dreams be achieved. This is us. This is our reality. This is our now. This is our knowing. This is our focused thought, right? And that's what we want to bring. As always, what we always want to bring in life is we want to bring our centered thoughts. Again, trusting and knowing, trusting and knowing our intentions, trusting and knowing our our what is that called when you see something for other people, like a vision of happiness and a vision of success for other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's really hard to like divvy up good food. You know what I'm saying? You're like, man, let me just get. I'm a man. I need a bigger piece. You start coming up with sexist reasons and shit. Daddy, get the big piece, cause it'd be good. Whatever excuse you can make, you know. But with spirituality, it's kind of a little different. You kind of on a different because you know that it's abundant. You know that there's nothing that can put a hole in your bucket. There's nothing that can stop you from getting satisfied, right? And being fulfilled. So every big piece, every you know what I mean. It's like no, you really kind of cool with the fairness, and sometimes you know you'll let somebody else get a larger slice because you're in abundance, you're connected, you're wholeness, and you know that this is just a part of your everyday experience. That's why I'm telling you, like again, like the only people that can win is the people that respect themselves. You gotta respect yourself. You gotta respect that you can do that. You deserve to win. That you can figure out how to win. That you can do the work to win. That you can accept being a winner. Those are the only people that win. You gotta accept being a winner. You know, and that's the beautiful thing about oneness and spirituality because it starts from the first breath. The win starts from the first breath. You see, the wholeness, the centering the world around you, the starting with the this and the that, and I can make myself better. I can add on to you, so therefore I can make you better. Oh, whoa, she needs help. Well, I have been advanced. I've been upgraded. Maybe this will help you too. You see, it starts with the centering yourself. It starts with the knowing that the world revolves around you. It has to. This is spirituality because if you don't breathe, if you're not I am, then you ain't. It has to revolve around you. Let's start there so we can all win. I know that we don't get upset with people who don't understand winning, who don't want to win, who will join your team as soon as you win, but that's okay. Because guess what? You're always going to be winning. You're always going to have. That's why you don't mind the big. You want the big slice? That you might be hungry. It might see. Sometimes it ain't just about how good it tastes. You know. Sometimes people might be hungry, so you might give them, hey, here you go, them them snacks. It's okay. You know. But for us, again, when we living in this spiritual life, I don't think it'll be too many times when we hungry, when we can't give up uh, something for someone else who's in need, because we've already won. I came here one. I'm gonna leave here one. I and the Father are one. You see what I'm saying? So as long as we in that knowing, as long as we in that trusting, I already won. We here to win. We just here to, yeah, I mean, we just here. We just came to receive the trophy and shit. We got 48 minutes till they give me our trophy. All right, I gotta take. All right, I already won. That's knowing. That's understanding. That's feeling. That's being in tune. I tell y'all, being in tune is being one. You know, there's no other way to win without being spiritual. You know, like I'm saying, a lot of what we think is a win is a faux win. You know, because again, when you if you get an award and go home and cry, what's the win? You know, like again, like how much of these wins are representative of us and our character, right? How much of these wins from other people and these accomplishments and these certificates from other people represent our whole self, right? So we already won before we receive this, you know, and that's how we gotta continue to move. We gotta tell, we gotta be like the old lady and shit. She just do nice things. We don't know why she be doing it, but she don't never die. Old head be around. She always got to give. And that's what we are. We the ones that always got to give. We already won. The wholeness. When you start to breathe and focus on yourself, you can see. You can see what you can be. You can see what you can enjoy. Again, you can like see it's really that simple in life. Stop breathing. Nobody got the heart to stop breathing. And they even scared to focus on it. You see? They even scared to put themselves in a position of control of over themselves. And that's what we are. We already won that part. We already overcame the fear. We already overcame the part where we think that we won't get what we need. No, we know we're gonna get what we need. Let's try it. Oh, that shit worked. Let's do it again. That's the spirituality part. That's the winning part. That's the oneness. That's the enjoying this experience. Again, it doesn't it doesn't start here in the physical. It doesn't start here in the physical. It starts here in the mind. Everything starts here in the mind. You have to you have to focus your attention. You have to focus your thought. So when you focus your attention and you focus your thoughts, you are accepting of those things. That's why the media and all of these things are so great because they keep us focused on things we shouldn't be thinking about. They keep our attention on things that we shouldn't be worried about and even be knowing, right? But those things creeping up in the back of our mind allow us to not focus on ourselves. Like I said in the other video, that people on TV are our enemies, right? Because they keep us from self. They keep us from knowing ourselves. They keep us from finding out our talents and enjoying our own gifts. We only like we only got one thing that we can do, and that's try to get on TV. That's try to be, you know, um, accepted by Hollywood, right? But that's not what our goal is at oneness. Our goal at oneness is to be accepted by ourselves, you know, and to be accepted by our talents and to be accepted and appreciative of our abilities. That's it. Like it's too many hoops to jump through. It's too many, you know, probabilities when we already won. If you funny, funny. If you smart, you smart. You know, that don't have nothing to do with you living your life. But they made us want to just be achievable. They want us to just achieve an Oscar, achieve a BET award. They make these things that don't make sense a reality, you know? So spirituality saves us from all of that. Spirituality saves us from the rigmarole and the rat race, from the wanna be a, a stranger. Man, peace to that guys. How y'all feel out there? Y'all mighty quiet out there. Definitely appreciate it. We gonna light up. See what we got going. But yeah, spirituality is everything. It's the only thing that can help a winner. It's the only thing that can make a winner. It's like how do you win it? It's like how do you become successful if you don't focus your attention? I'm not saying lucky or happenstance. Like again, if you go through life, things will happen to you. You might get You might hit the lottery or find a lottery ticket. Somebody might leave $1,000 on the ground, or there are what people would call luck that's going to happen to people. You know what I'm saying? But when you get into a state of doing this intentionally, of attracting $1,000 and attracting, you know, people and places, you know, that's when you become one. Like oneness, like I tell y'all, we can't be one jumping for everything that these people owe us. I mean, offer us. Oh, damn, it's a new this, it's a new that. Oh, this, that, and the third. Like some of this stuff we don't need. Some of the stuff ain't in our vision. If we don't have it in our heads, we should be okay with it. Because that is success. Like again, we can't be successful with what somebody else is trying to sell us. We need to be successful in achieving what we see for ourselves. You know? Trusting ourselves and knowing ourselves, knowing that what we see for ourselves is worth achieving. Knowing that what we see for ourselves is worth obtaining and worth the pleasure, worth the effort. That's where they get us confused at. Like, we don't mind work, but we just don't understand what it's like to work for us, to work for ourselves, to work for our minds. I don't know too many people that won't get up and get it, that won't hustle, that won't, you know, grind, you know? But when we get to grinding for focused attention, when we get to grinding for ourselves, that is the win. That's the continual win. Again, like once you learn how to fish, you ain't got to worry about going. You don't have to worry about the supermarket closing at 7 o'clock. You fish on your schedule. We win on our schedule. I know that's hard for people to understand. You got some people that might have never really won, right? So they thirsty for the win. But we can win on our schedule, win on our terms. You know, be successful to it, like to a T. Have our desires fulfilled to a T. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like it's hard to lose when you're one. It's damn near impossible. You know, like that's when you get to chasing. That's when you get to, you know, um, that's when you become outside of your body, right? You're outside of yourself now, because oneness is wholeness. Oneness is you're complete. We already know what the outcome is. I be saying I hate to be a prophet, but it's not that I'm a prophet. It's just that I can see, because I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to be one. I'm not afraid to connect. You know, because to me that's the way. It's hard to accept good things. It's really hard, but you gotta see it for yourself in order to accept it. If you gotta like sometimes you might need to be busted so you can be like, yo, I don't like the way this feel. And then you'll see yourself not being busted. Like, yeah, I don't want this. I may not have nobody to call. I may not have a shoulder to lean on. I don't want to be busted. You get to see it. Get to focus your attention on not being busted. You see? That's oneness, seeing it in your mind. Those are the only goals we need to achieve. It's not about a house or a car until you whole. Until you whole. Like I'm telling you, like, man, sometimes like you got a car with nowhere to go, you know? Because you ain't whole yet. So you might need to just make yourself whole first, and then you'll have some things to do. This car now it's become a vehicle. You know what I'm saying? It's not a thing. Like the hardest thing, right? was when like I told y'all like in LA, my homie had a Bentley, right? I live with this nigga. He got a Bentley every day, right? I could drive it like it's mine. But the hardest thing in the world is not to drive the Bentley, just to leave it in the garage or just, you know, you ain't got nowhere to go. You just want to cruise around and just ride around Hollywood and just profile and style for nothing. And that was the hardest thing to learn. That's the spiritual discipline we're gonna get into, you know? But yeah, just because you can do something, just because you can, run the gas out and put 1,000 miles on a car going nowhere, doesn't mean you should do it. It's nothing wrong with having, with having it, with getting it to a T, is what I'm saying. Shit. Just because you can do something, don't mean you have to do it. You can put it on the top and wait for the whole thing to come and then eat it. You know. Oh, the potato salad done and the cabbage done. Well, what about the chicken? Oh, we need 21 minutes. Well, call me in 20 minutes, baby. We can wait. That's the beautiful thing about spirituality. We know it's going to come. It's coming in 20 minutes. Okay, cool. We can wait. Don't let it get too cold. But hey, we want it all together. We want all our blessings together. We're going to put it all together and we're going to get it all down. We know it's coming. That's the oneness. That's the assurity, right? Of knowing. That's the assurity that comes with trusting and practicing, and I hate to say it's practicing. I really do. I have to stop saying practice, but I try to say practice because it could equate with people's mind, but it's really not practice if you're getting stuff. Like, okay, it's not practice, you know what I mean? It's practice if you're missing the shot, right? But if you're making the shot, if you're attracting something to yourself and it's working, it's really not practice. You know what I'm saying? Because it's working. But I call it practice because it might not hit the first shot. You might miss a shot. You might gotta stay on this for a couple of days and stay in that mindset, and know it. Like the shit is knowing this shit. Like the stuff in your mind, you gotta know it. You can't just be an invincible Indian and not know it. You gotta know it. What the cuz call it, the Godfidence. These are certain things you have to like again, I was talking about impressions. These are feelings of knowing. These are feelings of of surety. I'm liking that word, you know, because again, like when you're dealing with yourself, when you're dealing with source, it's for sure. Like so, like damn, I see it in there now. I can see sure in source. The word for lucky, right? Damn, the word for lucky in Spanish is sure, right? SUR, right? What is sure? Sure is lucky. Sure is something good. I know it's something good in Spanish. I'm digging that right now. The sure. And that's how we gotta be. We gotta be sure, the surety. And the only surety comes from this right here. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could say like somebody could tell me to try something. I don't know if this is for me. I've never done this before. It's okay. I'm trying it. You know what I mean? But when you see it for yourself, like they say, like a lot of race car drivers before they race, they drive the track, but then they sit and they do a simulation in their mind. You know what I mean? Basketball players, they put on headphones and they go through the game in their mind. You know, you got to go through your game in your mind first. You got to imagine the possibilities of your like. So, all right, have a conversation with yourself, right? Again, this is how you win, right? Again, you don't know it all. I don't know it all. But again, having these conversations will determine how much more you need to know, right? So have a conversation with yourself. Like, man, like, I don't have no money. I mean, how can I get some money? That's a simple. I know we've all had this conversation, but have this conversation inside of your mind. Don't talk to yourself, and don't even try to give yourself the answer. You just ask the questions. That source. How do I get some money? Right? And then you might get fancy and sophisticated because there might be a lot of things that come to your mind. Yeah. Right? So you might get fancy and sophisticated. You might say, well, what one of these things do I like that makes me happy? What could I do every day? That's what I try to get people to think about. And it's hard because I'm realizing that just because like you don't have to do this shit every day. So again, I'm learning too. You don't have to do this shit every day. We don't have to always trade time for money. You know what I'm saying? It's other ways to get things, you know? And that comes from here. No one's going to tell us everything we need to know. We're in competition with people we don't even know. People that you don't even know that's competing with you don't want you to do good. They don't want you to do better than them. The fuck is you? Who are you? So you can't necessarily depend on another person. Their goal ain't your goal. Your goal gotta be your own goal out here, man. Definitely, man. Thank you guys for hanging out. I do appreciate it. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Winning spirituality is everything. Like, is spirituality cool? See, again, we have to stay on focused attention. It's putting yourself at the center of the universe. Are you cool? Like, is spirituality cool? Are you cool? You know what I'm saying? Like, how cool are you, and what would you make? What would you do to make yourself cool? This all comes from spirituality, like I said, and I understand. It's so easy for people to steal a look and, oh wow, it's just hair and it's just glasses. You know, I can buy those things, but that's not you. You know, that's not you. How much of this stuff is you? How much of this that what we want to be is you? How much of this success that we looking to achieve is for us? We want to make other people happy. We want to shit on other people. How much of this is for us? That's the beautiful thing about this recession. Like I'm telling you, it didn't work. We see they don't care. They'll shut the system down. They'll do massive layoffs. They don't care, right? So what can we do for us to make sure that you're good, that I'm good? We don't keep putting ourselves in beholden to these people and shit. Like that's the thing. Like, are you cool? Are you ready to be cool? Like, or are you want like I don't want to be cool to other people. That's spirituality and shit. Is spirituality cool? Are you cool? It's niggas that going the wrong way, but deep cool. Is the is the gang of niggas like come on, all right, it's a gang of niggas, you know, gangbangers, Crips, Bloods, essays, whatever. Are they cool? Let's think about it. We know they all going to jail or somebody gonna try to kill them and shoot them. So are they cool? Cool. It was cool to me as a child, but now as an older person, you know what I'm saying? You like, yeah, man, like, and again, like to these kids, that ain't cool. You see? To a lot of people, that stuff ain't cool. Like people could find their own cool within themselves. And that's what this time is going to solidify. No more jumping through hoops to be cool. No more chasing dreams to win a false, like a full title. Like you see, everybody's an actor. Now we see everybody's an actor. We see it was all just, you know, a front. But that's not spirituality. Spirituality, you're not fronting. Peace to the goddesses and be self sufficient. I definitely agree. I definitely agree. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. You know? And like when she's saying live off the land, like I'm not telling niggas to go move to the woods. You can. You can build a farm in your house. You could go fishing like I mentioned earlier. You know what I mean? You can go fishing, you know, anytime you want. Those are the things that we need to be doing. You don't gotta change your lifestyle too much to be self sufficient. You know? You just gotta put yourself in the center. You gotta put yourself in the center. You gotta focus on you. You know what I mean? The cool Lupe Fiasco, right? Oh, I don't remember that song, right? I don't remember listening much to Lupe, but I can dig that. Like, is he cool? And that's what the world is coming to right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta be cool for us. We can't be cool for somebody else. We can't be cool for, like I say, for complete strangers. Trying to be cool gonna have us broke. Trying to be cool gonna have us, you know what I mean? Like lost in the sauce, stuck over in Dubai somewhere. You know what I mean? Trying to be cool. Like we can determine what's cool, cause cool should be based upon happy. If it ain't happiness, if it ain't fulfilling, then what's cool about it? What's cool? Like I say, like it's gonna take a strong will, some strong will people in this thing. You know, strong will, strong character. I am knowing. You know, if you're not knowing, if you're not on the I am, like you're gonna really be hurting because again, like when they get good, you're gonna be chasing again. But it's this is like it's the end of the chase. It's the end of the rat race. You know what I'm saying? So don't like some people gonna be late. You know, some people still gonna be trying to be cool. You know, for strangers and shit. You're trying to be cool for people that you don't know. This is crazy. Be careful for you overdose on the cool. Okay, that's some real shit. That's some real shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's some real shit. And that's the sad thing. You know what I mean? That's the sad thing. That's why we gotta really, stay grounded and stay focused on spirituality because there's no, like I say, there's no more jumping through hoops when you in the know. There is no more trying to be somebody when you already know who you are and who you are going to be. Like it's really I'm not, and again I'm not to say you can't be the next Beyonce, but you can be you. That's better than Beyonce. They don't need another Beyonce. They got a Beyonce. They need you to be better than Beyonce to take it to the next level. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. It's like spirituality don't have to be cool. You gotta be cool. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're cool, then spirituality is cool. If you can handle yourself at the center and you can trust in yourself to make yourself, the best for yourself, then that's cool. These other motherfuckers don't have your best interests at heart. It's about who can get what from you. You know what I'm saying? Who can play you out? Who can tell it? You know what I mean? Who can make you look bad? You know what I mean? On TV and shit. You know what I'm saying? On the gram. Peace to the gods. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's not even about trying to be cool at this point. It's about trying to be the shit to yourself. It's about trying to be happy and successful to yourself. Like I'm telling you, the hardest thing in Hollywood to do is to get on in Hollywood. Because it's not about how good you are. It's about what you're going to do for these niggas that put you on. One thing can change your life. One thing can make you famous, make you a household name. You think that shit is just given away to the most talented? No, that's given away to the motherfucking most gullible. You know what I'm saying? To the person that's down to do the most insidious. And that's by design. You can't just be walking around here trusting everybody, right? They don't trust us. They came here to steal our stuff. So we can't try to be cool for them when they trying to dumb us down. And we should be, like I say, like we should be trying to be our glowing selves, our sun filled selves. We shouldn't be trying to be all we are the world and shit. Everybody should be trying to be exceptional. Everybody should be trying to add on, not just copy it or take from. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why this shit is terrible. That's why this whole game sucks. You know? So why? I mean, again, why chase the game? The game again, like that's why we want to deal with us with the spirituality. What is winning? What is winning? Winning is what we determine up here. Winning is what we call victory, success. It's not from TV. It's not from TV. It's not from radio. It's not from my Instagram feed. You know, like those things are only there to connect with the impressions of my mind, with the visions that I see. You know, this is okay, cool. I needed that. I was gonna bring something like I wanted something like this, and you drew it to you. Wow, okay, here we go. I can get this. This is perfect. That's the type of shit that it's for. It ain't for to tell us what we want. It's a well out. Because if we don't need it, if it don't help us be us better, we don't need it. We definitely give them the power. Hollywood has nothing. Hollywood has nothing. They have nothing but fame and glitz and glamour and smoke and mirrors, right? That's their god. Smoke and mirrors, fantasy, illusion. It's all theater. It's not real. You can't win with some fake shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't win with some fake shit. Like, you spend your whole life adjusting to fake shit. Jada Pinkett, Will Smith, like, like that's like I understand that's not goals, right? But they so used to being actors and actresses that they can continue to act and portray one life instead of just going for complete happiness and living the lives that they really want to, that one or two of them want to live, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't know about all the niggas in your head, right? But that's how we can't like I said, we can't look at them to be the models of fucking of citizenry and shit. I mean, and they should be wrapped up in the like because it was a lie and they believed it. So now that they like how many like you say how many times you gonna believe the lie? Right. That's where we at with it. I'm not mad that we gave it a chance, my nigga. Okay, cool. I wanted to see Will Smith and Jada Pinkett do something fly to kids, all that shit, right? But hey, it didn't work. And these niggas ain't gonna tell us the truth. These motherfuckers don't live in a world where the truth makes sense. Cause they, you know what I mean? Like, it probably was never what we thought it was. It was cool, but we accepted the lie. You know what I'm saying? So since we accepted the lie, it's like we caught up in the motherfucker, and it's like it's painful. You know what I'm saying? The shit is painful. So that's what the shit is. It's terrible. It's like we can't get over that these niggas is living a lie and shit. And and that's the thing. Like, again, America is an illusion. We can't live in illusion. We can't live in the matrix. We can't live in a design, like in a situation that's designed to keep you sleep. Like, how many woke people want to go back to sleep? You know what I'm saying? Like it's over for, like, the woke shit was a fad. You know what I'm saying? It was a fad. It was motherfucking. It was some shit that niggas was doing because it was pop culture. But now that you woke, you gotta deal with yourself now. Now that you woke, you gotta you gotta live your best life. Like, that's the savior complex. Niggas looking for a savior, but you woke. Like, how you woke and you looking for a savior? You Somebody woke you up. That was it. That's all you needed to do. Now you gotta go live. But niggas wanna go back to sleep. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. That's what I'm saying. Like, if we can't respect the niggas' entertainment, we missing the whole game. If we can't respect that these niggas is entertainment, they not real people. That they're here to sell the illusion of the American dream. Like, that shit. Like, the American dream is over. Not to be crazy, but you know, half people's money is in their is in their homes and their property, assets. The housing market crash, niggas is bust. Motherfuckers be living negative, underwater. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a lot of this stuff is it's just like, it's just different. And we gotta accept that it's different. And if we can't accept that it's different, we're gonna try to get back into a chase where a nigga don't or some niggas we can't trust. We gotta use them. Everything has to be coming back to the center. I'm saying you're the center in the end. We are, listen, focused breathing. The best thing about focused breathing is it puts you in the center. We can't be afraid to put ourselves in the center, to put our best interest at motherfucking at hand. This is what's important sometimes. No, the American dream was real. It was a real thing. They ruined it. The American dream was a real thing. They just ruined it, destroyed it. You know, like in America, like I say, the best thing about the American dream is that you can actually you have a chance to get money. You had the pursuit of happiness. That's what the American dream is. That you can end up happy. That if you work, if you try, if you follow your best interest at the end, you're gonna receive some sort of happiness. You see what I'm saying? And that was America. That's what we know as Indians. That's what I'm telling you guys as Indians. We gotta just do shadow work and inner work. You see what I'm saying? But we know the American dream is real. Like I say, most of these motherfuckers that come here can't even dream. They pineal gland is calcified, so they can't even really tap into the American dream. You know? So they missing out on it. But there's still, like I say, there still was a chance for somebody. You could have been something, a stockbroker, or a hotel owner, or you could have worked at McDonald's and then owned at McDonald's. There was that type of opportunity here. You can't have those type of upward opportunities right now. You know what I'm saying? You can't have those type of opportunities right now. The type of opportunities that they's giving us, you know what I'm saying? They short term. So we gotta think long term for ourselves. We gotta think in the best interest of ourselves, because again, it is reality. We're not dealing with fucking television no more. We're not dealing with fantasy. We want to see stuff the way it is. Like again, I'm telling y'all, like think about how many people that come from jail and people be still broken, like, oh man, and all that stuff. So time is not what we think. We ain't gotta jump out the window every time somebody else get a new car. Somebody else is looking like they're doing good. No, because they probably worked hard and stacked up for a couple months. You dig what I'm saying? To get what they get. So we can't be afraid to stack up and work hard. Peace to the gods. All right. Are West Indians African or Americans? I mean, of course they are Americans, brother. They American Indians. They West Indians. They American Indians, man. That's easy. That's easy work. I've been explained that and broke that down. You know what I'm saying? Ain't none of them niggas from Africa. Why you gonna go to Africa to get some niggas? You know, when you got all niggas here in America, the best type of niggas. They keep talking about some tall, giant 7 foot Africans. Have you ever seen a 7 foot African in America? No. You see short, 4, 5'2", 5'3" niggas, 5'5" maybe. All that Hakeem Olajuwon, that's once in a while shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, West Indians is from America, man. They were victims of some of them. Not even see, listen, this is the part that y'all understand. And we gotta understand, like I say, I don't want people to think that they kidnap victims. Cause again, there was a lot of, shit going on around here. But they was taking people from Florida and filling those islands. You know what I'm saying? So they from America. They definitely not from Africa on no terms, on no continent. You know what I'm saying? The people from Africa that was coming there was helping them kidnap the people from America. That's why they called Tampa Bay Buccaneers the pirates. It was pirates. Like we don't understand why they be selling so many people in the West Indies and stuff like that because of pirates. And then also tell you about the Natchez, how the Natchez was sent from America to the West Indies. Like I can tell you thousands of Americans, and I can't tell you more than 50 Africans. You know what I'm saying? So you said the American dream died, but America was founded. No, I mean this was a dream for them. This was their dream. Like you gotta understand, like again, in Europe, right? Let's talk about Europe now, because you say American dream died. So again, when these people come here, right? Like I already said, like so in Europe, everything is owned more or less by the king and the royals. The royals own the land and they own the people. Like we don't understand that concept anymore. Like that's why you don't have to have white people be slaves, because the king owned all the people. If you lived in a person's country, you were a subject of the king. He owned you, right? You were subject to his will. So when they come to America, you get to live like Indians and do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? That was the American dream. They want to, like, you want to be somebody and shit. Like, and again, in Europe, you can't, like, I still tell you about soldiers and shit. The people that was fighting was soldiers. They would buy those people and once the war was over, then they would make them like feudals. They would make them farmers and shit. If they would give them little plots of land. See what I'm saying? So these niggas, they not fighters for per se, and the way they fought was like with sticks on their shoulders. Is where they would do this type of shit. But yeah. So the American dream for them was to come to America and to be something other than what the king wanted them to be, being subject to the king's will. So again, they don't have to be called slaves. You should know that, and that's why I'm saying the first African slaves were the first slaves in America, because now they saying that they want to be subjects to the king. So what do you like? It's like a citizen. You know what I'm saying? A citizen now, or not a citizen. What is a person that give up their homeland to be down with some other niggas? The term for that at the time was a slave. Because now you still gonna be a servant like these other niggas. They all servants. So America, we don't really have that. I gotta tell you, in America, so that's back to his question about the West Indians. Like in America, they would kidnap people and stuff. I'm not saying that people wasn't doing that, but when they kidnapped you, they would bring you into their family and they would treat you like they was family. They give you new names and they would give you a position. Like if somebody died, they might give you that person's home. They might give you that person's wife. You see what I'm saying? So it's like niggas wasn't running away. And the pirates is doing this shit. Like it's really hard to explain this. You know what I'm saying? But this is the culture. When a nigga kidnap you, they kind of was like treating you good because again, there's not a lot of people here. You know what I'm saying? So people need people. Like I tell you about the morning wars and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So in America, if you were to be kidnapped or a victim of slavery, they're gonna make you a part of the family. They're gonna ask you, they're gonna give you responsibilities and all this type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they needed you. I know that seemed crazy, but they only took you because they needed you. It's late in the game when niggas start eating you. Oh, I mean, that's taking because we want to eat them and shit. That's the later game shit, right? But in the beginning, they was taking you because they needed you. They wanted you to be a part of their family. So that's when they used to do the kidnapping. They used to have the parties and keep people lock the gates and keep people, all types of stuff to get people to join a tribe and to circulate. That's what baseball and all that stuff. This is designed to help the people move around. All these different festivals and stuff is designed to help to keep the people moving around. But the European can't move around, they can't do nothing. So they come to America, they want to be a part of this, you know, all of this shit. Right. Yeah, Pan Africans is not our friend. We are, we exposed them first. We exposed them first. Pan Africans are not our friend. You know what I'm saying? They are colonizers. That shit don't even add up. Like I tell you, they gotta explain why all the animals, why primates is from America. If we from primates, well then why are they from America, not from Africa? So Pan Africans is full of shit. Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. That okay, right? You're saying the two kids and a dog and the house with the white picket fence. I get you. Okay, yeah, that part of American Dream, right? Okay, I get what you're saying. You talking about the reality of the American Dream, right? The fantasy of the American Dream. My bad, right? Okay. I don't know. So again, is that dead? The middle class is shrinking, right? It's just gonna be poor and the rich. because it's the way of life, right? But it's always going to be houses. People going to have houses, and then people going to have neighbors, and it's going to be, you're going to want to be flyer than your neighbors. So on that aspect, I get what you're saying, but yeah, I mean, it's that part is over. The housing market is going to crash. It's going to be a lot of layoffs. It's going to be inflation. You know, I get it. The dream is dead. You know what I mean? Right. Fuck the Joneses. The Joneses is bullshit. They're a bunch of liars and actors. I get it. I'm with you. Definitely. You know, but it didn't have to be like that. Again, eventually, I'm this. But see, to me and to people like you say, to me and you, we cool with this shit. This is a spiritual. This is a spiritual thing that's about to happen. You know what I'm saying? Again, money don't make a nigga. Money don't make me. I like access. I like, you know what I mean? Money provides access. That's what it is, but it doesn't make me a better person. I'm okay. If I don't, I mean, do I need to access certain things right now? Am I in that mode, or am I in my grind mode? Am I in my stack mode? Am I in my study mode? Am I in my meditation mode? You see what I'm saying? But money is just gives you access. Money doesn't make you anything. Money can ruin your life quickly because if because it could give you access to some shit that you ain't ready for. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, like people like the gods, the ones should be content, not excited, not nothing. Like we don't give a fuck. Either way, we gonna be good. We won. Either way, we won, right? We either way we content. We won. We in tune. So it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And we can get the white picket fence. Like we can build a picket fence. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing that they took from us. You know what I mean? No disrespect to people with money and people that wanna, feel like they got some money all the time. But we can build a picket fence. See, that's what I'm saying. They took that shit away. They took the idea that if we can't go to the if we can't go to Kohl's or Neiman Marcus or Lane Bryant, right? Then we can't make the shit. Like they the only dresses that come in the world is dresses from the store. They the only houses that's built is houses that's built by crackers and shit. You know what I mean? Like, no, we can build picket fences. Like we can take care of our own house. You know what I'm saying? As men, as women, as cousins, brothers and sisters and neighbors, we can do these type of things without always having to go to, you know, the money. And that's how America got us. That's what I'm saying. All these houses so expensive with cheap front with cheap everything, cheap floors, cheap kitchenettes and cheap fixtures, right? So we could do a lot of this stuff ourselves, but they just make it so hard. You gotta have a permit, you gotta have this, you gotta have that. But again, it's gonna come away from all of that, you know. But so that's how they killed it because now we only dependent on them. European Indians. This nigga text memory be crazy. He be cool and everything. This nigga be all that shit. Moors. It was the Moors. It was Moors, but it wasn't just the Moors. It was the thing like who was the Jamaican brother? Was it Garfield? I know Garfield be watching this shit. I don't know why these niggas be hating and be watching. That's a damn shame. That's why I thought it was cool because I could tell he be watching. He on his show talking about anyway. But yeah, it wasn't just the Moors. You know, the Moors was bringing the Africans to enslave. It was the Moors, but it didn't start just like that. You know what I mean? The shit evolved. It evolved. See, like again, you had two things happening at the same time, right? you got people fighting Spain, really, really fighting Spain, like countries, like England and motherfucking in France, right? What we call in France today, they were fighting. You know what I'm saying? Fighting in order to get away from Spain. So they was over there doing their thing, and then you know they just started like it. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't go there because again they was taking people, and then they started farming with people. You know what I'm saying? So they wasn't there to be farmers. So you know what I'm saying? It's a strange way this shit evolved. You know what I'm saying? How niggas start being farmers and start, you know, but it became a place where you could buy people though. That's where it became more importantly than just the plantations that eventually came, because that's kind of two different cultures. But the Moors was kidnapping people with Africans. They would. That's what I'm saying. I'll tell everybody that the Moors was the ones kidnapping people with Africans. But then you got the English, right? People that we call it English, that was really fighting the French and stealing their boats and stealing all their ships, like the Buccaneers, right? The original um pirates. And then you got these Buccaneers that be stealing people. And those people are those are throwaways. It's hard to explain who those people are. Those are really like throwaways and other slaves. Like the people that really started doing that was like other slaves. They didn't have nothing else to lose. So they had to, you know what I'm saying? Like the Moors kept doing business. They was thieves and they was like crooks. And they not trying to work anyway. They trying to control cities and stuff. They live in cities. But the people that lived in those islands was like runaways and captives. You know what I'm saying? Indentured servants and Slavs. You know what I mean? Like that's what they was. But yeah, the Moors was in there. He said their dream is a nightmare for me. Their dream is definitely a nightmare. Their dream is a nightmare. You know what I mean? But again, it's not a nightmare if we in the know. See, their dream is a nightmare if we're trying to be a part of their dream. That's not reality, and that's not spirituality. We can't be a part of their dream. Their dream does not include us. We need to have another dream, a separate dream, a whole different dream, whether it's better or worse. That's for the fucking spectators to decide. But their dream ain't our dream, dog. Mm-mm. So their dream is a nightmare because we shouldn't be even looking at their dream. You see what I'm saying? We shouldn't even be noticing their dream. And I get it. It's some coons and some killers that like to go out here and dance and shuck and jive and they want to be on TV. I get it. But we should know that they coons and they killers and shit. And they'll do anything for a dime and shit. Like again, we know that half the shit in these niggas on TV, we should know that we don't like it's possible they'll do anything for a dollar. Like nobody was shocked when they found out Sherman Hemsley was gay. Damn, we didn't think he was gay, but he in Hollywood. You know what I mean? It wasn't oh, not Sherman, not Sherman Hemsley, not the preacher, not the deacon. Nobody cared. Anybody in Hollywood, you say gay, nigga, like, oh, okay, yeah, pass the potato salad, because you know that they liable to do anything for a dollar. So again, their dream ain't our dream. They like people that like their dream. Their dream is weird and kinky and freaky and and unexplainable. You know? That's why the thing is, they got tapes on niggas and they be having parties and parties be cracking. It's a party to them. They parties ain't our parties. You see what I'm saying? Shit. Money can provide opportunities, but also limitations. That's facts. Money is a big limiting factor. Money will limit you, especially like you said earlier. The picket fence can be a frame of mind that locks you in, because and money allows you to be locked in. Like, because you got money don't mean you need a picket fence. And because you just got a little bit of enough money to get a picket fence don't mean you need to spend it all on the picket fence. It's the frame of mind. It's now the picket fence ain't gonna make you whole. The money ain't gonna make you whole. We already realize if you about to give the money away, right, for something else, that the money ain't gonna do nothing for you. So the money only provides limitations on your mentality. It provides limitations on your being in their dream. Because no matter how much money you get, you're just another rich nigga. You're a nigga with a rich spirit, but she's a nigga. You see what I'm saying? So that's their mindset. It's going to have limitations. We working, you know what I mean? We don't know what they do to get money, and we don't know if it's really their money. So we shouldn't be trying to be as rich as they are. We shouldn't be trying to be the most richest, man in the world, compared to some people that we don't even know how they get their money. Niggas hanging out with Jeffrey Epstein until it come out that we think he on private planes, and we don't know how he get his money, but they don't care. They hanging with these niggas. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, this picket fence will lock you into a being broke mentality. That's why you can't achieve a picket fence. You have to achieve a happiness first. You have to you have to get out that mind frame that this is, because again, this house and this fence is for everyone else to see. Look what I got. Look what I achieved. Look what I see what I'm saying? So if it's for you, then that's something different. If you know what I'm saying? But the point I'm making is we don't need to take our money and just go buy the picket fence. That ain't what we doing. That's not what we doing. You know? Oh, thank you kindly, darling. Thank you, my love. British sector, everything. I don't know what that means. Yes. Yes, that's deep. That's deep. That's deep. That's deep, though. And that's the goal. That's oneness. That's already one. You know what I mean? Because being in your essence is being in your state of naturalness and being in your state of oneness. You know what I'm saying? That's oneness. That's winning. I mean, again, we are all slaves to these others, because we got to get away from what they tell us. They're not telling us nothing to make us happy. They're telling us something to dangle it over our head. Oh, you want another one? You want another one? You see what I'm saying? Like again, the goal is to get us away from us and into them. Like I say, their dream is a nightmare. Like they don't really want us to know everything that they do. They don't tell us everything. No. So yeah, man, like we can't be trying to chase their dream. We can't be trying to fit into their world. Let them live their life. We'll live our lives. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Shout out to Chronic. I wish he was here 2 years ago. They would have saved me a lot of work. Right? He would have saved me a lot of work and headache and shit. I wish he was here 2 years ago. Tell him, man. It's not none of that bullshit. Or Turtle Island. It's Atlantis. That sound like a quote. It sound like a quote. Shout out to Dane. I hope Dane don't get offended. I know we don't want to offend. I didn't say it recently. I think it sounded like a quote though. Mexican. None of that bullshit, huh? It's funny how motherfuckers always want to take a piece of our thing. Take a piece of something that if you got Africa, why would you want to be an American? And again, I'm not this. Listen, like I be saying like about the European Indian shit. Okay, if you can prove it, prove it. Don't wait. Don't just like I say, y'all be lying. Like they be lying. If the Moors was from America, I would have said it. I wouldn't be hating. You know what I mean? Like if they were, but why can't y'all prove it? I can, like I said, all I had to do was focus on us. I wasn't here to prove they shit. I was here to prove our shit and disproving that bullshit that they throwing on us. But they should be able to prove they shit. I proved all of our shit without a shadow of a doubt. Down to, what? Down to the people and the complexion, down to the motherfucking animals in the garden. What? This ain't Egypt. This ain't Morocco. This ain't none of that old bougie shit, right? So it's like, man, I don't even be wondering. I don't even be tripping. It's just, I don't even be tripping, bro. Like, yeah, man. Like, and again, like I say, but if why can't they just prove that they Moors and just prove that we all Moors or whatever the fuck you know what I mean? If it was true, like they can't even prove that they Moors. Like this shit is crazy and shit, you know. And that's what I'm saying. Like, and like that's why that video is getting so much dirt work. That video is at 36,000 views now, right? And climbing, right? Because niggas didn't know that the Moors didn't do nothing. They didn't even fight. They never fought to, you know what I mean, for Spain and none of that shit. All that shit is a lie. So niggas, they looking at the video and they like, damn, this shit is like, you know, like certain videos just get like, 50 views a day out this bitch, right? That's like one of them joints. How the Moors sold us out. Them motherfuckers ain't bust a grape. They took a check. You know what I'm saying? 36,000 views and nobody disproved nothing. Nobody said you wrong or shit don't make sense. You lying. Niggas like, wow, it's cold. It's cold. You killed them. They dead. You know what I'm saying? Right. Well, yeah. Well, yes and no. So see, it's all real shit. It's based upon history. I mean, it's based upon history. But again, Plato never existed. Plato never existed. Socrates never existed. You know? Who else? What's their teacher name? Plato. Oh, Aristotle was the student. These people never existed. You see what I'm saying? These are all German philosophers. These are Vikings. I know that. See, we don't think of Vikings as being the Romans, right? But see, the Vikings created the Romans. Why, when we look on our phone, they talking about like back in the day, if you go somewhere out of your system, they call it Rome. You know what I mean? Like anywhere you go out of your home is called Rome. What type of shit is that? You see what I'm saying? Like, so Rome ain't really what we think it is. You know what I'm saying? Rome is these Vikings. Rome is these Germans and shit, right? So when the Germans finally get to Italy and to Greece and all that shit, that's when they create, you know, all this bullshit in the 1400s. You know what I'm saying? 1500s. That's when they create. Play-Doh. But again, by this time they already know about people in America. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, all that stuff is new, and that's German philosophy. If you read German philosophy, if you read Plato, and then you read the Talmud, you hear the same type of shit. It's German philosophy. Yeah, man, they dead. Everything is dead right now. It ain't no. I mean, I ain't trying to be funny, but everything is dead. Hebrew Israelites giving up lately. They're dead, brother. You can't you can't defeat what was done. What I did. Fuck it. You know what I mean? Like you did. We gonna pull out the crown tomorrow. Don't worry. We gonna bring out the crown on the first day. Indian Heritage Day. Why not? I don't give a fuck. But yeah, man, like why wouldn't they give up? Like this shit is over. Nobody wanna participate in this shit. Like you understand, I knew it was over when I did the last couple videos I did before I left. I'm like, yo, this shit is over. Like, you know what I mean? Like Facebook was going crazy on the I'm like, this shit is over, bro. Like I wouldn't have left if it wasn't over. You know what I'm just saying? I don't leave shit unfinished like that. Unless, rarely. Gotta be a reason, good reason. But yeah, when I left, I knew they was done. Cause that's what I put my focus attention on. When I was done, I said, yo, listen, man, we gotta clean up this shit once and for all. I went out to the Hebrew site, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no Indians that ever went to no Hebrew Israel camp and stepped to these niggas with they shit. Let them microphone me, all that shit. I ain't care. Go ahead. Talk your shit, nigga. I'm about to bust your head. Watch this. So yeah, they did, man. Make it whatever you wanted to be. That's a good fact. I like that. Play-Doh, Play-Doh. I like that one. That's a good one. I like that one. That's a good. And that's what they doing. I mean, it's sad to say that. It's sad to say that. You know what I mean? But that's what they doing. They making this shit into whatever they want it to be. Jesus grants understanding. I mean, man, I wish it was true. I wish it was true. I wish it was true, bro. Like, I wish it was true. I wish people could understand Jesus and understand what Jesus was talking about, what the Bible is alluding to, but they don't. And again, like I say, like, bro, like you gotta understand what I come to accept. It's a lot of people. Like again, this woke culture is so bullshit. You know what I mean? And that's why I said people want to go back to sleep because being woke to these motherfuckers will be weak. You know what I mean? Like you can't, like I say, people wanted to make jokes, so he wanted to save the world, he wanted to change the world, whatever. But you woke, you don't want to change the world. You know what I mean? Like you see how it is. Like I wish Jesus did have an effect on niggas, but it don't because being woke will make you weak. Being woke will make you fucking around and realize that you ain't that guy, that you weak as shit, you a bitch, and that you just gonna have to sit here and take whatever these crackers do to you. That's what being woke is. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I wish people did take Jesus and understand with Jesus, but that don't have nothing to do with that shit. Yeah, a nigga is a nigga is a nigga is a nigga. Like I said, all these motherfuckers woke and they can't do nothing about it. Find out like okay, yeah, the shit was a conspiracy. What you gonna do? They trying to kill you. What you gonna do? You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers been telling you passing shit along on the internet about bad food and McDonald's this and still eat the shit. You know what I mean? The government this, the government that, and won't say nothing else about the shit. Won't do nothing to change the shit. So yeah, no, man, this woke shit is some bullshit. You know? That's what I'm saying. Like niggas is woke or sleepy. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers, this woke shit, it ain't doing nothing for nobody. You know what I mean? But just show how weak a motherfuckers is, how whack a nigga is. You know what I'm saying? Like, like you have to understand how funny it was for the niggas to be laughing at me. You know what I mean? Like I'm telling motherfuckers, like to me, this is the noble understanding. This is the I am. This is the me and the Father are one. Jesus said, "Greater things so you do." You know what I mean? So damn, if I believe what Jesus said, I gotta do greater things than Jesus did. If I believe what the nigga said, if I understood what he said, that him and the Father is one, that I and the Father are one. You think I'm saying? If I believe what the nigga said, then shit, I'll be trying to fuck around and go to Pharaoh and go to fucking Rome and step to these motherfuckers. But these niggas don't believe that shit. These niggas don't care about no conspiracy. Like it was all this woke shit is entertainment. And it's over with because these motherfuckers realize they ain't gonna do nothing about it. Think about it. All these motherfuckers that done watched a conspiracy documentary. What's the shit called? Poltergeist or what is it? Poltergeist or Zettergeist or some shit. Everybody that's seen a motherfucking anything about aliens and conspiracy and shit, these niggas ain't gonna do nothing about it. So I mean, if Jesus worked, man, I wish he did work. But work on what? On some niggas that ain't gonna do nothing about it? Zeitgeist, thanks, cuz. Breezy on it. Zeitgeist. How many niggas seen that shit and pulled the covers back over their head? Like again, that's what I'm saying. It's a different set of motherfuckers out here. You know what I mean? Niggas know this shit, and then they look at themselves and they like, damn, what I'm gonna do? I can't do nothing. Oh well, you know what I mean? Motherfuckers or get on the radio or get on their little podcast and they show them like, yeah, I'm not trying to save the world. That's them niggas sound crazy. I don't come on here trying to save the world. And then why do you want to know a conspiracy? Why do you want to know you an Indian? Like, I'm not mad at the shit. Pardon me. But like, you know what I'm saying? Why do you want to know some life changing shit if you ain't trying to change lives? Yeah, this woke shit is retarded. I love it because it gets to show motherfuckers who like, and that's why I don't force this shit on people. Nah, because they gotta deal with being woke. All y'all niggas gotta deal with being woke. Like a nigga said, we woke now and shit. Like, yeah, I feel bad for you. You know, because it's scary to these niggas. They know they scared. They can't do nothing about it. And they laughing at niggas that's really trying to do something about it. Metaphysics, art of light, astrology, alchemy, the hello, the helio biblios, the sun papers, the art of science, math and numbers. Yeah, man, shit. All types of fugazi. All types of it. The art of science, man. Zeitgeist. I cannot think of that shit. I'm like poltergeist. I'm like poltergeist with a Z at the end. But it's the Z in the front. Zeitgeist, poltergeist, that shit. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. That part. Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know what that means. Yeah, but it's gonna be nice though. Once you get into the oneness, it's again on this side, man. On the one side, it's really not too much that can fuck with you. I mean, it's not like a spiritual thing. I mean, it's not like a religious thing where you like, oh, Jesus gonna save me. It's like a knowing. It's a knowing. You know what I'm saying? That you're gonna save yourself. You know what I'm saying? It's a knowing that you're gonna win, right? We totally lost that mentality that it's a game. We done forgot about it. We done lost the good parts of winning, the good parts of being successful and shit. You know? Carbonation. Carbonation. That nigga, he was gonna make it fun, man. I'm sorry. See, like again, like, see, y'all gotta understand how this shit is. This shit is crazy, man. You know what I mean? Like, these are spiritual niggas and shit. Having sex with men and spirituality. Like, again, like, I don't, like I say, like, I don't know how these niggas are spiritual. I don't know how these niggas are spiritual. Like, they spirituality don't work. This nigga having sex with trannies. This other nigga, he get arrested for touching kids. I mean, two niggas got arrested for touching. Like, all these spiritual niggas is is ridiculous. You know what I mean? Ridiculous. I mean, let's just name like the last year that killed all these spiritual niggas. I hate to say it. I know they like to put me in that bunch, but fuck it. Hey man, I don't deal with none of that shit. But you got, like he said, what's the nigga name? I can't think of the nigga name. Three guy. I can't think of his name though. They trying to put that nigga under the jail. You got the nigga Rashad Jamal. They say he was touching on kids. They got him under the jail. They done took Polite, put him under the jail. See what I'm saying? And these are spiritual niggas and shit. Like, this is the last year. You know what I mean? All these niggas got done in the last year and shit with this fake spirituality bullshit. Yeah, Baal is a real person from America. You know what I'm saying? Baal is a real person from America and shit. That's crazy. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, it is. But Baal is a real person. And that's why I be laughing at niggas and shit. Like, first of all, niggas don't know what I'm about to do and what I can do. Well, yeah. But Baal is a real person from America and shit. And he is their God. That's what I be trying to explain. Like, the nigga, the nigga did a live stream. Like, they be trying to go against me on the low, on the slide. But the nigga did a live stream and he said that the people was not created in America. He said that the people was not created in America. He said some people out here teaching as they people created in the Yucatan. That's false. I'm the only person teaching that. Maybe some Moors or some shit jumped on it, but I'm the only person that's teaching that. That yeah, cool is the Yucatan. But again, if you knew the history, you would know what happened to Baal and how Baal took his people and they went over to there. But it was already a setup over there, though, but it wasn't no permanent situation. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like no permanent king. Like, it was just like, you know, like Baal is all that Egyptian shit, all that shit. Like, you gotta understand like I said, what is Islam? Islam is the study of um Islam is one God, right? There's only one God, and God is one. That's Islam in a nutshell. God is one. There's no trinities, there's no parts to it. It's just one God, right? But what is Christianity? You know what I'm saying? Christianity is the other side of Baal. It's like the people that didn't leave, they left after. But Christianity, again, you got, so Islam is really Orthodox Christianity. That's Baal worship. That's all that Baal shit. But again, it's not Baal. So yeah, it's Baal worship. But these are people from America. It's hard to explain it. I can't explain it. I did it in my. I got it in my. I already got it. But I just don't explain it because I don't want somebody else to say it and misconstrue it. Like these niggas be acting like they know what this Mayan shit is about, and they don't have a clue what this Mayan shit is about. Cause you would know that they would that these niggas took the people from here and was taking them over there. Again, primates come from America. I hate to be that type of person and shit, but like, how did primates get over there and shit? Nobody gonna explain that shit. How you get primates in other parts of the world? You know what I'm saying? They can't swim, but how did they get primates in other parts of the world, bro? That's the shit nobody can explain. That's why they be on some bullshit. You need history to explain that shit. You know? Pan Africans playing, yeah, they playing dress up and shit. I get it. Yeah, but that Pan African shit is over, man. That Pan African shit is over, man. Like, you know, it's just a few niggas. Like I say, like right now, like again, like I put up that video and shit with Umar and shit. Umar is a homie and shit, but again, I gotta clean that part up. I just feel like I gotta clean that part up and shit. He the only nigga I left alive. You know what I mean? I'm still leaving him alive, but it's like, yo, we just gonna tighten you up, right? Give us something. But we gonna face off though. We gonna face off. Me and Umar. Hopefully, we had to sit there and have some lunch or something. You know, have a face off. But it ain't no more Pan Africans, man. Everybody that's a Pan African right now is a loser. Everybody that's a Pan African right now is a it's a piranha, a pariah. Ugh. Yeah, ain't no Pan Africans right now. Where they at? Yeah. Hebrews and Moors, and they gone. Like you said, they falling off. They ain't doing shit. Like you gotta understand. Like I like look right when these niggas steal my shit, I be wanting them to win. I know that seems crazy. Like how do you? But again, like it's hard. I think it's hard to steal this shit and not for it to work. You know what I mean? Like how do you steal spirituality but don't fucking try it and don't use it? You just making it sound good. You know what I'm saying? Like how do you do that type of shit? How do you just steal peace to the gods and peace to the goddesses, but you believe in another god in the sky? Now I can get it, I can justify it, but I'm just to say like a lot of this shit to me it don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? A lot of this shit to me don't make sense, and I don't think like I say, it's not real. And since it's not real, I don't really I don't really put no heart into it because again, people are not being real with themselves. You meet some. I'm just saying, like I say, like man. And again, spirituality will let you be like, yo, that's not my fight. I got another fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool to not to that's not your fight. You know what I'm saying? I got another fight. But these other cats, man, they don't have it, man. They lost in this shit, man. It's just like I say, it's nobody else but losers. and pariahs. Nobody stuck on that shit. That shit lost. You know what I mean? Shit, niggas is zesty and shit. That's about right. Like, yeah, that's the part of the game. Like I'm telling you, like, but to me, like I say, that's like they don't have no spiritual basis. Like if you believed in your shit and your shit was real, it connected to you. Like again, like that's why you know this shit so real, so powerful. Like I said, like with the Hebrews and shit, you just had to give them this information. I didn't really have to do too much fighting. It's a lot of penetration though. Of course, you gotta fight through the bullshit, and they want to be mad at you. So I had to take a lot of, a lot of flags, all of the extra shit, and my all my shit's 18 and older. But I knew they would get it. I knew everybody would get it. It's the truth. The truth gonna resonate. It's some. I mean, come on now. But it's just like they gotta like again. Some of these niggas, like I say, some people get scammed because they suckers. Some people get scammed because they was trying to do some sucker shit. You know what I mean? Like again, if you think a nigga gonna give you double what you gave him, you might deserve to get scammed. Nobody's giving out double. Oh yeah, man. Listen, if you give me 100, I'll give you back 200. What you doing? A real nigga like, nah. Just give me 100 back and maybe a buck 50. I don't need, you know what I mean? Like, if you expecting to get over on a person, they're probably going to get over on you. That's just how it is. It's life like that, bro. It's life like that. I'm not to say that they deserve to get scammed. Nobody deserves to get scammed, but you need to realize that life is like that. You think that and again, like I'm saying, like you gotta understand how this shit be. That's why I like being spiritual. Fuck these niggas. You ain't got to like me. But these the same niggas that I'm saying they want to get something over you. Oh well, cool. I got a way to get this. I got a way to get more money than these other niggas. And then, you know what I mean? They willing to cheat and da da da. And then when it backfire, they like, oh shit, what the hell? That's why I'm saying the spirituality don't have you jumping for shit like that. You ain't got to chase this shit. You don't like a nigga say karma ain't real. Nigga, what do you call reciprocity? Like y'all don't know the law of reciprocity. You stop thinking about everything in terms of languages and shit, nigga. This shit is reciprocity out here, man. What you put into the universe comes back. That's it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't put in the work, you will not get the harvest. If you don't believe and know that what you do will pay off, then it won't, my nigga. Like that's just how this shit works, man. I don't hate them niggas and shit. I mean, I really, like I say, my thing was this shit gonna be mainstream. Not like, yeah, these nut ass niggas gonna die and all these niggas gonna be. I'm gonna kill Moors. I never said that because I didn't care to that extent. The point was they gonna be Indians, and once they be an Indian, they get to realize that they connected to the source of all things. We don't want to be too much motherfucking European because we can't be sure we not non-Neanderthal. We want a non-Neanderthal DNA over here. You know what I'm saying? Only in America is the non-Neanderthal. Only in America is where they calling the gods. You see? So I don't hate them niggas. I'm glad that we mainstream. That mean that they got it. Shit. You know what I mean? Worship the beast. And again, like I say, we don't know what they worship, bro. See, we gotta stop looking at. If you talk about history, niggas will say, "Oh yeah, you gotta get the book as in German." Oh, the Germans got this. The Germans got all the history. The Germans got all the books. They do all the research. They translate the shit into every language. It's all in German. That's what they tell you, right? But we don't know what the Germans read. What they hide. They hiding the truth. In Germany, they still worshiping the Black Madonna and the Black Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like in Germany, they got the black woman as their god. You see what I'm saying? So we don't know what they worship. We don't really know what Baal is because we don't know who they are. Like I say, like Jesus, all this shit is new. If you go back, these niggas was worshiping Pan. Pan, the goat man. He's the boy. I mean, he's a half goat, half human. This was, see, again, now you gotta understand what a god is. A god is a guide. A god is an invocation, is a personification. You're dealing with a half man, half goat. You might have a half man, half goat as their god. I know y'all don't understand that shit. But that's what you go back to the Egyptian shit. Like some of these niggas is mixed with goats. Some of these niggas is mixed with bulls. And they got different gods. Minoans got a bull god, right? They talk about how the bull god had sex with the woman and the woman had the baby and da 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 da. And this is the beginning of this species of Greeks, what they were saying. But they really, like I tell you, Germans and Normans, right? Then you got these other people over here in Sumeria, and they say that they have this other type of culture that comes with like goats and sheep. This is history. This isn't some shit that niggas is making up. So we don't know what Baal worship is. That's all I'm saying. Like Baal isn't a worship thing. Baal is a nigga. He's a person. You know what I mean? He is a nigga. I know it seems crazy, but he a nigga that got his ass beat, right? And he had to leave, and he left, and he took his people with him. That's what Baal is, and it's the beast because again, like all of Egypt is underground. They don't want to admit this shit. They think they just digging under sand. No, they not. No, they not. Egypt is underground too, buddy. It's a cave town. Nobody's living in the deserts. They gotta stop this dumbass reality shit. This fantasy shit. Nobody's living in a desert. Egypt is underground. So they don't know what they think they doing. They don't know how they think, they don't know what they think they will be worshiping. Them people don't have God concepts like that. Like you don't teach a dog a God concept. You teach a dog a program. That's why I be saying like they got programs. They don't really need a spiritual sense. You can explain like they don't need that. Like, you know what I mean? Like some niggas just need to learn how to be nice, be cordial. Don't be a vampire. Don't be drinking blood. Don't be out here hollering at the moon. Shave some of the hair off your back. Put on pants and you know what I mean? Like walk up straight. So we don't know what they worship and shit. That's all I'm saying. And I know it's crazy, but yeah, Baal is not a god. And he is a god because the gods is from America, but he is a real person. He's a real person, bro. We are a spirit. That's a fact. You know, we are a spirit. Again, like we said from the beginning, spirit is spirit. Is spirituality is breathing. The best thing about breathing is that it puts you in the center. When you focus on breathing, you're focused on you. You know, we got to stay in the center of the universe. We got to stay in the center of this here assimilation, player one. You know, and that's what spirituality does. It puts us in the center. Sorry. Ouch. They use the word spirit as religion, as a religious tool. They do. But again, like you gotta understand, like religion is supposed to be a doorway. It's supposed to be a gateway. You know, like a religion is the matrix. Religion is supposed to help some people that can catch it. You know, but they not gonna catch it because you know that's something different. That's something different. You know what I mean? See, the Spanish Inquisition wasn't what we think it is. Like I told y'all, they didn't kick out the Moors. You don't kick out the Moors. The Moors own half the fucking town and half the city. Like I say, the people, like the Germans, though, wasn't growing food and none of that stuff like that. Like they was begging for money, so they didn't kick out the Moors. They didn't do that. You know what I mean? Nah, a lot of Moors left though. You know, but they didn't kick out the Moors. You know what I'm saying? So the Spanish Inquisition was about Jews. Because again, nobody knows what a Jew is. That's what I'm trying to explain. Like in history, they call them Germans and German merchants, right? So nobody know what a Jew is, and when they start finding out what a Jew is in the 14 1500s, it's like it go crazy. You know what I'm saying? I say that like because again, the Pope is inviting these people to cities that he in control of. You know what I'm saying? That's why Germany, like I say, is the Roman Catholic. You know, because the Roman Empire, Holy Roman Empire is the Germans. You know, they just took the Roman name with it, right? So that's what I'm saying. The Pope was dealing with a bunch of Germans that he didn't know had their own religion, created their own religion. I told y'all the creation of the Jewish religion, and it happened in the 1000s. You know what I'm saying? That was a damn good one. That was like mouth shattering, jaw dropping. That was crazy. Yeah, see the thing. Yeah, all right. So again, we talk about impressions and shit. You know, everything don't sound right, but when you see it, it kind of hits you a little differently. You know what I mean? If you can see it, see somebody doing something, okay, that's all right. Boom, you kind of get it. You know what I mean? So that's what they try to do with these stories and these books and these Bibles. You know what I mean? Because again, I'm telling you, the Bible is new. All this shit is new. This ain't no 1,000-year-old situation. They just start doing all of this shit. You know what I'm saying? All this like nobody had a reason to do this. Like in church, they used to do soliloquies. You know what I mean? Like at the Roman Catholic Church, they would just do plays. They had a book of plays. You know what I'm saying? Because that was how they entertained the people and put it in their minds. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you don't necessarily need a religion. You know, I know that's hard to explain, but yeah, they don't need a religion. But again, like religion became business though. Religion is a business at this point. You know what I'm saying? You get your tithes, you get your land. You know what I'm saying? Your land ain't taxed by the government. You know what I'm saying? So religion is a business. And as a business, you gotta justify being in business. You see what I'm saying? So then once they seen it like that religion could be a business, the Germans start creating these schools and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, it's a business now. So, yeah, religion is a business. This nigga, he must have seen that one. Shout out to Crying. Who is this guy? That's one of my guys. There. We love this guy. He must have seen that one, huh? Yeah, that is definitely a true statement. And those are Jews. Like I'm saying, like, again, you have to understand a Hebrew and a Jew is two different things. A Jew is anyone, it's what they call people that live underground in caves. You know what I'm saying? And it's a culture. But I mean that's the German, right? But the Jew ish is the religious aspect of that culture. You know what I mean? Like we make it complicated, and they made it complicated with a book in the Bible, which is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like They had, and that's why, look, if you look at it like that, though, if you look at it like people living underground, right? And then somebody come, right? Like Hitler, and he come and the Antichrist, he bombs the caves, right? And then here come the U.S. government, right? They come and they take him out of they destroy Hitler and they take him out the caves and they bring him up here from the caves to heaven. I heard that synchronization. I'm trying to tell you, like the universe is telling you what happened. I told you Hitler's real name is Heidler. He's just there to hide what was going on. But if you think about it, like that, that's the that's the rapture. Hitler was the Antichrist. All that shit already happened. They already built in the third temple. Like when you living underground, this is heaven. Like I said, we talk about inner earth, flat earth. All of those things are real things when you live in a cave, right? And you live in a cave, this is heaven. This is the heavens. So when Hitler comes and the U.S. government comes, they save you and they bring you to heaven. They just go around the world doing that shit. You know what I mean? Like bringing niggas to heaven. As above, so below the goat. No, the goat is not that, bro. Like that's the goat is the man. The man is the goat. The man ain't the god. The god is the god. The gods ain't the man. The gods ain't the robot. You know what I mean? Big facts. Peace to the goddesses. Oh yeah. She said, "Ouch." My bad. You got a boo boo. Sin was a practice. Sin is the moon. See, sin is the moon. Sin is two things. Sin is the moon, and sin is a debt. You know what I'm saying? But they switched sin to make it an evil thing, so that way people will stop worshiping the moon. If you allergic to the sun, you worship the moon. You got a lunar cycle. You know what I'm saying? You're on a lunar calendar. If you worshiping, I mean, if you allergic to the sun, if you get skin burn and cancer, all that shit, if you living underground, you looking at the moon. You see what I'm saying? So sin is the moon. So to get the people from worshiping the moon, they called sin a sin and they made it a debt, right? To worship the moon, and then it just became a debt, right? So that's what sin is. It's not like it's not a real thing. Sin is it's a debt. You know what I mean? And when Julius Caesar, was killed, right? He he freed all the slaves. He freed them from their debts because a slave is just a nigga that can't feed himself. You know what I'm saying? They're servants and they dependent on the people. So he freed them from their sins, but they said that he didn't die, so that's why they stayed in captivity. Because Julius Caesar never died. Jesus Christ. JC. Visigoths, Syrians, Lyrians, same people. Not the same people. See, that's not the same people. I wouldn't say that. The Visigoths are Germans, you know, and they go to Africa, true, but they not. Syrians is north, right? North Middle East. It's that little part, and those people are more like the Hun. Now the Huns are related to Germans. They are and they go back and forth, and it's hard to tell, you know, who is who sometimes in history, right? They might call a German a Hun. They might call a German a Hun. I mean, what on? They might call a Hun a German. They might call a Hun a German, right? In history, but Yeah, the Huns are, to me, they're different people. But again, you gotta understand, like, the Huns was coming through Europe snatching people. You know what I'm saying? Like the Huns are stealing Germans, they stealing Slavs, they stealing these people, these these Germans, right? So it's a lot of intermingling, intermixing, but I wouldn't say they're the same people. The Germans, they create Pan Africanism, like they created Africans. You know what I mean? Germans created Africans and all that shit. You know? Germans control a lot of shit right now. I know, I got it. Definitely. Definitely. I definitely understood what you're saying. Yeah, I hope you get that right there. Yeah. Cause them niggas ain't the same. Them niggas is different. They enemies. All them niggas is enemies for real, for real. Like I'm trying to explain. Like again, in theory, the German don't really want war. He want to do business. You know what I'm saying? The German want to do business. Like, you know what I mean? So anything they could do to get business going. Like that's why they want to do the European Union. They want to make it all one Europe. They want to have all one Asia. Anything that can make it easier to do business, the Germans is with. You know what I'm saying? Like it'd be hard to think, like, because again, I understand that like there was never a country called Germany until the 1800s. So where are these people that they call them Germans in history? Where are they coming from? You see what I'm saying? Like that's the trick. If there was never a country called Germany until the 1800s, Otto von Bismarck, right? The Germans was just loose Confederates, but it was never a place called Germany. Why are they calling people Germans? All through history, but there was never a place called Germany. That's what we gotta understand. That's what we gotta look at. You know what I'm saying? They're using that country as a sham to hide the reality of what a German is. But there was never a country called Germany. But there was always Germans. Always. Can't find a place called Germany on the map. Peace to the gods. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm saying, like, they'll play these games. Like, they'll create some people. Like, all right, I'm going to tell y'all a secret. We going to tell us, we going to get busy. Let's get busy, right? Let's get busy. People coming in. Let's get busy. Let's talk about some history. So we talking about Germans. But it's a league that niggas don't know about called the Hanseatic League, right? It sounds like Hasidic, but the Hanseatic, Hanean, East S, hold up, Hanseatic, right? Hasidic League. And it's a bunch of German cities, right? That all got together so they could sell their stuff around the country, right? Around the continent of Europe. This is in the 1000s. This is around the same time when I told you about they created Judaism. They had this league. They never mentioned this league in history, and this league terrorized the whole fucking country, whole continent. Because now, like I say, you got to find out, when did people start using gold? When did gold become the standard? When did silver become the standard? And where does silver come from? You see what I'm saying? So this Hasidic League started producing um, gold and silver. It started creating the, like I say, the Easterling, which became the sterling pound. You see, so they started this whole concept of getting money, um, of getting money as gold, right? And they're Germans, but we don't know about them in history because they still exist, and because of what they did in history, left the legacy of this new world order. You see what I'm saying? Like, we live in a new world order. That must have meant it was an old world and another way of doing things. You see what I'm saying? So now in this new world, I think, like they say, I don't care who's the king, just let me control the finances. They want to control this fake money. the shit that you can only get from digging underground. Like, go to England and find me the mining tactics in the 800s or the 1000s. Find me, show me in France how they was digging for gold in the 1100s. You can't. You see what I'm saying? Because nobody's digging for gold. Only people digging for gold is people that live. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. So that's what we gotta understand. They switched the game on us and shit. You know what I mean? Like, you start, so now the people underground starts controlling the world because they got this underground currency, right? But yeah, if you could find some, so anyway, in England, they used to sell wool. Wool was the shit from England, the best wool on the continent, right? So after years of working with the English, these Germans, they made it so that way nobody else could buy English wool, only from them. These niggas started bribing people in the towns and made it so they got their own gate. They had one of the gates of London, one of London bridges and shit. They had a gate. This little group of Hasidic Jews and shit, right? So, like I'm telling y'all, these niggas started the war with the Spanish Armada and shit. They funded the Spanish Armada. You know what I mean? The Spanish Armada didn't have no Spaniards as soldiers. I keep telling you how the thing go. But they wanted to, but some of the Indians, that I would say Indians, I know I'll say European Indians, but some of the Indians was fighting these Germans. See, that's why I be saying about the pirates. The first pirates was fighting these Germans. You know what I mean? They was going against the Spanish, who in a fake armada that was produced by the Hasidic League. The Hasidic League came together with all these ships and boats, and that was the Spanish Armada. You see? So the English, right, started fucking robbing these niggas and started looting these niggas, right? But the king of England was kind of with these niggas going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So that started a revolution in England. You know what I mean? And that's what we call the War of the Roses. But that was started by these Germans. You know what I'm saying? So once we get to learn who these Germans are in history, before there's no Germany, you know what I'm saying? And some of these, like these they are like, some of these same cities are not in Germany. They're in France. They're in Sweden. It's 5 major cities in this league, right? Cologne, that's like the only one in Germany. Mons, which is like in Poland. I mean, no, you know what I mean? They got all different cities up in what they call Germany, which is the cave land, the underground, the Ermins. But there is no land called Germany because there is no German land. They don't need to be. A German is a caveman in history. You see what I'm saying? So that's how it should make sense. That's how it gets confusing, because when we looking through history, they talking about Germans, but there was never a Germany until 1880. So we keep putting them back to the same little piece on the map. And then, like I say, the league is called the Hanseatic League. You know what I mean? Parts of this league, it becomes Huns, right? I know that seems crazy because they act like the Huns is Attila the Huns and all this shit. But a Hun do business. Like, all these niggas do business. Again, the Germans don't fight. They got the Spanish to basically fight. You see what I'm saying? I mean, the Germans, again, the Swiss fight. The Swiss are the Germans that fight. Okay? So, but the Germans up in the mountains, the cave, they don't really fight too much. You see what I'm saying? So they was buying, like I said, they was buying these people and they was selling soldiers. This is how you start getting Hessians and all these people, because of these Germans, these Hasidic League. You see what I'm saying? It's deep. It'll be a whole, probably 2 or 3 lectures. You know what I'm saying? I know one nigga, copycat, probably gonna steal it and sell it to y'all niggas tomorrow. He gonna have something up to on Friday about, you know what I mean, English Indians and shit, European Indians. But that's the thing. That's the fight. The fight was against the Germans, right? And the Spaniards, who was, let somebody else tell that story, but the Spaniards who were working with the Germans. You know, again, I told y'all that the Spanish funded, I'm sorry, that the Catholic Church gave the money to pay for the Moors to leave. The Moors didn't fight them niggas, they were bought out, and it was bought out by the Catholic Church and the Genoa. So they just got these Germans to sit on the throne. And that, like, they Visigoths, back to what he said earlier, the Visigoths. They back to that, you know what I mean? The conquistadors. Who, like, again, who was there? They were Visigoths. So who was trying to come back? More Visigoths. They the conquistadors, more Germans. And I don't know. Cortez, Spaniards. What does that mean? Like, I gotta understand too about, like, it's hard to explain. Like, I don't want to get too deep into that. That's like all I could give you for now. No, but that's a lot. That's everything. I gave y'all the Hanseatic League though. You know what I mean? And just find out who they was fighting. Now, they got a lot of fights. They got a lot of wars. It's a couple leagues that they don't talk about. See, we looking for shit that they don't put in history. And they got a lot of leagues. And when these leagues get to fighting, you get to find out who's who in history. And like I say, we don't look at names. We look at culture, because names change. You know what I'm saying? But the culture is what's evident. The things that these people do, their way of life, is what's evident. So we can always, like I said, like when you looking through history and you hear people talk about Germans, and you know it ain't no Germany, you can understand what they talking about. You know what I mean? I mean, you should understand what they talking about. And when you looking through history and they talking about German merchants and German money lenders, you don't need him to say a Jewish person or something. It doesn't matter, because the culture is money lending, and the culture is merchant, is Macy's, and you know what I mean, and fucking all the stores, Five and Dime, Woolworth, right? Goldman Sachs, right? Whatever. That's not a store, but anyway, Goldman Fifth Avenue, some shit like that. Fifth Sachs, some shit. Anyway, but that's the culture of being a merchant and being a money lender. It don't have to be a religion attached to it. We just need the culture, and we can see it. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, we're not looking um for names. We want the history. We want the culture, and we can tell you who they are. You ain't got to tell us. You know what I'm saying? But I just gave y'all everything. I gave y'all the whole shit, the whole joint. All y'all gotta do is look that up. You won. But that's when they get deep. That's what I'm saying. Like, again, you have to understand. Like, there was a world order, right? Like it's based upon Inky in the world order, right? Inky had a one world order, right? These American Indians, right? But an Inky might be close to, when you say the key, it might be like a key, like a people. Like, you know, like here in America, we got Cherokee, right? I'll tell you all, the Chera is for the card. The cart people, the I key, the key. So when you get the key in Europe, you might got people too. You know what I mean? So we gotta understand that everything, like Inky and those, might be a world of people, you know, of God-like people, the God people, the Inky, the God people, the original people, right? So when you dealing with stuff like that, man, like, it's really hard to not, like I say, like, I'm telling you, Bow is from America and shit. Goldblatt. Right, facts. All right. But yeah, Bow was from America. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of this stuff is from, you have to have
an American. Like you really have to study America. That's why I try to not like. I was really trying to give these niggas a lane with America, but I'm not. I can't do it no more because we're wasting time. But like, you have to really study America if you want to study Europe and all this shit because their culture don't make sense. Like I'm telling you about a royalty. What's a royalty? But if you know that people over here were sons, everybody was a son, and then you got the great son, you would say that these people were considered royals too. Because what is a son? What is a royal? A royale, right? A royale is a son, is the son people, right? So these are royals. So who else has that son type of culture? You know what I mean? So and then like I say, it's obvious that there are different types of people. Like you have Hunchback of Notre Dame, when you have these castles on top of these, you know, caves. That's a thing, right? And when you look around, that's a real thing. You got castles sitting on caves and cave villages and where people was mining. Like that's why you have the word miner. You see what I'm saying? Like a miner is the person that digs for gold, right? We get that. Digs underground. But you also have a miner as a person that needs help, that needs assistance, because you're a miner. He's not able to take care of himself. So that same mentality is the mentality of the king and the miners, the people living underground that can't come out to the sun, that can't really do no real farming and harvesting, shit like that. So, but yeah, like again, like you got to come to America to really get history. Like if you want to go into like the story of the hero twins is about creation. They say that they use the hero twins to make the Bible. If you listen to the hero twins, you can hear the Bible. You can hear the apple and you can see, you know, the brothers, Cain and Abel, and you can see the story of of knowledge and good and evil. All of that comes from out of the hero twins, which is an American Indian story. But it's also about creation because they talk about how you create this person and how you have to take the pine like the seed, the pineal gland, you know what I'm saying, and place the pineal gland into like a pumpkin. Basically, it was a pumpkin. They took a pumpkin and they added the pineal gland. They added the seed of life to make the pumpkin glow. To add, you see what I'm saying? To create life into these creatures that wasn't real. This is the story of the hero twins, and it says that there were two. That they tried it once, it didn't work. They had to do it again. You see what I'm saying? There are different types of things that they were working on, and this is how it came out. So it's hard to not start with America if you really want to get to the truth and like to the bottom of what's going on around the world, you know? Because again, there was one war. Like I explained to you all before. I try to explain to you a lot. Like I explained to you about the sand from the desert that comes to Florida. We get Egyptian sand in Florida. It used to be so bad it would cover up the whole sky. It would go from Florida all the way up to like Nevada. You know what I mean? And some people believe that that's what even caused the desert. It was the sand in Africa. So people had to go and do terraform. They had to go put some type of people, some type of civilization over there to stop the land, the dirt, and the sand from coming to America. This is a scientific fact, and they know it happened. They just don't want to accredit it to the people that it happened to. You know what I'm saying? And I hate, and this is another thing I hate about niggas. Niggas use Egypt like it's the only part of the world. Like the shit that happened over there don't happen here. You see what I'm saying? And that's why we can't figure out half the shit. Like you got Ali and these niggas talking about they cheat. They cheat, they cheat, they cheat. All these niggas running around here saying they cheat. But they don't know what cheat mean. They don't know what Mexico means. I'm gonna give it to you right now because I don't give a fuck. But you got to understand, just like in Egypt, okay, so look, we got the Mississippi. The Mississippi runs down. Wow, that's a beautiful thing. But just like in Egypt, below us in the south, those rivers run north. You see how crazy that is to understand that simplicity? Yeah, the Nile runs north. So does the Amazon, stupid. So you get a phenomenon in Mexico. You got places where it's not the Amazon River, but you got those rivers that connect to the Amazon and this, that, and the third, and they come and they pour into the Gulf. So you got a place where those two things mix. That's the chi, stupid. The mixing, the mixing, you see? So whoever stands at Mexico, whoever rules the Yucatan, controls both current, both currencies, both flows of culture. Because the river comes this way, and you in the mix. X marks the spot. You ain't got to worry about above when you can just stick to the below. See, so they calling themselves cheese and don't understand what that means to a person. Because when you call yourself a chi as a person, you're calling yourself a mix. You see, when people weren't the chi, it was the chi, it was the spot. You got two lines, silly. Two lines come together and they meet at a point. And that point called is the chi, is the mixing. It's the mixing spot. You see, pronounced she, used in a lot of letters and a lot of words. But the concept is based on reality. See, these kids don't know what they're talking about. And I'm not mad at them. Like, I let them live. They cheese and they think it's something about the sky and the cosmos and they're going to live in the sky. And they don't understand that they saying that they mixed. They run around here saying that they mulattoes and shit. They don't understand. Like, that is not a place. It's just a seat. It's a throne. It's like Washington, D.C. You know what I'm saying? It's where you come to mingle, where you come to mix, where you come to sell what you got. That's what that mid layer is. So they don't understand the chi. They don't understand that concept. And of course, it does have you apply this to the cosmos and you mix it all up, whatever. But it started on the ground, bro. It started on the ground. So I hope that, you know what I mean? Hope that don't hurt too many people's feelings and shit. You know what I mean? That they run around here saying that they mixed and that they meet chings and shit. Like, again, a Mexican is a mixing. Like, that's how you know a lot of these niggas is agents. Nobody ever mentions the Indians that come from the 7 caves but me. Why? Like, that's with Facebook. We don't have no problems. I will constantly, like, we don't have no problems. We get some laughers and some jokers. It be the same niggas. But nobody out here really trying to discredit us because they know what's going on. You got Indians from 7 caves. These niggas is the same as the German. They not the same as the Mississippian. So again, a lot of this information is like weird and it's being hidden from plain sight. Got to argue with niggas. They got to keep hiding information. That's what I'm saying right now. I'm just ready to just, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm here for it. Like, I got so much of this shit that I'm about to just give away. Y'all can have it. You know? Because you got niggas walking around here saying they mixed. Saying they she's and they mixed with some shit. Not understanding that a she, and I can get it. You can, look, I'm not the, look, why are the Chi-Chis, the Cherokees, and the Confederate niggas saying that they exes? Because they not from America. They Chi-Chis. They tell you how they got here. They walked around from Mexico around the Missouri. I told you they couldn't swim. They tell you they couldn't swim. The cart people, right? So of course they're gonna represent the X, because that's where they from, and they mixed. But there wasn't no people that was here doing that. Nah. They show you, you know what I'm saying? They don't understand that shit. They don't understand that shit. But that's our culture, man. And we totally messed that up by not taking control of the continent. Like again, that's why I be so pushing West Indians is Indians. It's the same. All of this shit is the same continent. These niggas got the same culture. Niggas in Brazil just got caught when they was playing musical chairs. Everybody just got caught when we was playing musical chairs. You see what I'm saying? And again, like it's all the same people. It's all the same culture. They connected by those rivers, by the Gulf. It's like if you look at the pictures, it's pictures that show you the mixing. You know what I mean? When you get two rivers, when you get rivers that meet the sea, when you get two rivers that meet each other, like you see. So we got to start thinking like that. Like this is one country, this is one empire, and if you control the empire, you're gonna control it in DC. You're gonna control it at the Mason-Dixon line in the middle of the shit where the two rivers collide. You could easily go down one way and come back the other way. Like that's what I be saying. Like again, a lot of this shit, I didn't want to be the one that did it. Like this is history. These niggas saying they cheese. Shush. Let somebody come out here and put this shit together. But they don't want to, you know what I mean? Like again, a lot of this work is so difficult. You know what I mean? Like again, like you gotta take yourself out of it. It's whatever happened, like you can't change the history and shit. The shit happened. If you find out that it's an animal that can reproduce itself, you don't fuck around and kill yourself. You accept that, hey, wow, this animal can reproduce itself, and you move the fuck on. You might try to figure out how, but you don't try to change it, and you can't change it, and you accept the fact that this is the way some things is. History is over. It is what it is. We gotta take it and get the good parts and get the greatness out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's why I'm like, man, like I be saying like these niggas don't really like they shit. They can't really like they shit because they don't really want to fucking know it. They don't want to be it. You don't want to be embodied by this shit. That's what I'm saying. Like you supposed to take on some of these names, and they supposed to you take on that spirit. You taking on a spirit that you mix. That's why these niggas is Moors and shit. It's the same fucking mentality. It's a mulatto. It's a mix. You know what I mean? It's a Chi-Chi. That's why these niggas is Chi-Chis. Cherokees, Choctaws, Chickasaws, Chi-Chis. They got that she mentality. They know they mixed. But he don't know they mixed because he don't think that people was created here in America first. He don't think that they was making people and doing DNA infusion, doing DNA what is it? Genetic splicing in America first. He don't know that. You see what I'm saying? So he don't know that they know that, and that they cool with being Chi-Chis. All these niggas got Chi-Chis in the front of their name is for a reason. Well, not to say they did it. I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. Fuck it. But it just happened to all have Chi-Chis in front of their name and shit, and all be admittedly from Mexico. All of them. Seven caves, I say. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, we all in America and shit. This is all one thing, and we need to start thinking like that. We need to start thinking. But again, like I say, it unwraps the whole motherfucking ideology once you start thinking about one continent. You start thinking about Goulet and Guale, right? You start thinking about Portugal and Portuguese. You start thinking about, well, where do they speak Portuguese? You know what I mean? Like, this is all one shit. Like, again, they speak Portugal is the door to Gaul, nigga. It's the door to Guale. This is the port of Guale. So if you can't think in those terms of just, oh, this is Puerto Rico, this is the port of riches, nigga. I ain't no Puerto Rican. I ain't no door to riches. This the door to America, nigga. You see what I'm saying? So we gotta start thinking in those type of terms. These niggas know where they going. They going back and forth. So you got a language of Gullah. It's spoken in Brazil, which is the biggest continent in South America, the most black looking people in the country, right? In the continent, right? They don't speak French. They don't speak Spanish. Nobody speaks Spanish. That's a myth that we just think. But they don't speak Spanish. They speak Portuguese. More people speak Portuguese in the world than they speak Spanish. That's a fact. You know what I mean? So these people don't even know the difference of the shit that we thinking. You know what I'm saying? We thinking they Spanish and they thinking they Portuguese. They thinking they Gauls. You know? Like I say, like, even if you trace the word salt Celtic, they're gonna say it's Gaelic, right? This is the same shit. You can't get away from the Gaul. You can't get away from the Gaulle, the Guale, the Gullah. You cannot get away from the shit. It's there. The G and the L is all that matters. If I can keep coming back to GL, I got you. So that's what we gotta think worldwide. Where did these niggas, like I be trying to tell y'all, like in my documentary, I told y'all that, and I know it probably seemed crazy, but I said that it was a ice age and these niggas left. Where did they go? If you look at the Mayans, it tell you that these niggas left their plates on the ground and just walked away. Left food in the ovens. Everything. They had to go. It was some shit. It was time to go. Where did they go? If you find out what happened in Cahokia, they left. When the Cherokees came and they was they was digging up people first. That's how they got their strength up. They was digging up people and wearing their clothes because everybody left. And the French will tell you that when they came, they met, it was different Indians that they met. They meeting different Indians. Like, where these Indians come from? You know what I'm saying? All the Mohicans and all them niggas and shit. They like, where these niggas come from? It's new Indians and shit. In 50 years, 100 years. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas was moving, keep going back and forth. I know it seems crazy. I ain't gonna just keep saying it like that, but the weather had niggas moving back and forth. It wasn't no disease. It wasn't nothing. Motherfuckers was leaving. Why don't none of those Indians, those Chi-Chis, claim to be mound builders? We got all these Cherokee counties, all these Choctaw counties, but don't none of these niggas claim that they built one mound. The Spanish came here and said they met mound builders. The French came here and said they met mound builders. But don't none of these niggas say they the people that they met? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a global empire, bro. This shit just got tricky with this money. It just got tricky. Like, some people will tell you that the Spanish king of Spain was the king of Mexico, which is crazy, but it's true to be crazy because, again, the king Montezuma, he gave up the motherfucking crown. He said, "Oh, cool." Like, they were waiting for these niggas to come. Again, we all know the story of the Aztecs, how they were living in a cave. A spiritual teacher came to them and said, "Go to the place where the eagle is eating the serpent on a cactus." It's the Arizona state flag. It's an eagle eating a serpent on a cactus, and that took them to that land, and they lived there, and they started acting like Mayans, started acting like Olmecs. But that's not them, and that's not their shit. It's the Indians from the 7 caves. We know this shit. We know this history. So, and that's what I'm saying. Like, once we get back into our oneness and our spiritual, again, don't forget the calendar said it's going to get too hot for them niggas anyway. But again, some of these, like I say, some of these niggas that went over there and was creating some of these people might have had a plan. I know y'all, it's hard to believe, but again, I still am a fan, a strong believer of the catacombs and the catacombs. I showed y'all what they call them in India, the crooms, and in Europe they call them coombs, but they spelled the same way. You know what I mean? One is spelled with a K, one is spelled with a C. Coombs and Coombs. So they making people, and it's a known fact that they making people in these churches, in these religious structures. And I'm saying they came from America and was doing that shit. You know? I'm about to let y'all go. We've been going 2.5 hours today. I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all any questions? We just vibing. You could drive from Cali to Honduras. Before the Panama Canal, you could have drove from Cali to Brazil. Before the Panama, I'm sure you could have, like, you know what I mean? I'm sure you might have to climb a mountain or two, but all of this was connected. You know what I'm saying? All of this was connected and shit. America's in Chi means breast. Well, I don't know what Chi means. Chi is just a familiar and easy way for me to remember these niggas. You know what I mean? These newcomers. But I don't know what it means in Latin. But tell me what she means. You know? And that's what I be saying. Like, again, I don't be wanting to debate these niggas. I just want these niggas to be on point and shit. You know what I'm saying? But see, like, my thing is, it's so much power in knowing that these rivers connect, and knowing that our ancestors knew that X marks the spot where things meet, where rivers meet and cultures meet, commerce meets. You know what I'm saying? Nobody run around calling himself the Chi. And like, how would he know if he don't know who Baal is? You know what I'm saying? Like if you don't know, like, again, if you don't know the name of these Americans that was fighting, you can't know the gods in these other countries, because all these niggas, all these gods got nigga names. Like, for real. Like, it's sad to say. Like, the nigga Baal, the nigga that kicked him out, he a god too. I can't think of his name right now, his brother and shit. You know what I'm saying? But all these niggas in America is gods in Europe. That's just how it is. You, like, they lose here and they fuck around and be a god there and some shit. It's the whole continent, exactly. But yeah, FBA ain't a real thing though. Yeah. Yeah, we definitely got the whole continent. I can't deny that. But yeah, I'm gonna let y'all go though, man. This was a good build, I think. I don't want to start no more drama with FBAs. They don't exist. That's a wasted one. FBA don't exist. And it ran by the federal informants and shit. So that's a hard thing. Like, again, they not a real thing. They just here to disrupt. You know, more niggas that gotta watch Indians rule. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, this is the undefeated Indians, right? Spiritual winning. Um, it was always my pleasure to hang with you guys, to converse with the gods. Thank you guys for hanging out. Shout out to Breezy, got us in a building. Shout out to Shirley Bright from Houston, Texas. I don't know if she's from Houston. She's from Texas though. In a building. Shout out to Texas. I don't know if he's from Texas. And the new friend, Chronic. I like Chronic. I think Chronic is. I don't know. Chronic got to be somebody old hiding out because he know too much. He know all the hits and shit. That nigga he was digging in the bag today. So shout out to Chronic. Hope you come back. If nobody told you today, I love you. Love being in love with you. Oh yeah. Peace to the gods, the gods, the gods, the gods. Peace to the goddesses, 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 goddesses. Hey. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow, same time, same bad channel. 2 o'clock. We be rocking. Don't worry. We'll hang out for 2 hours. Get it going like we're doing. Hope y'all enjoying the channel. Lots more to come. Haha. Yes, sir. Stay in tune, guys. Stay in tune. Stay one. You already won. Shout out to the ones. We already won. Yeah, yeah. More stuff to come. I shall see you soon. Peace.